Today we're going to make a real fall treat, and it's called Inside Out Caramel Apples. Maybe you've had baked apples before. It's kind of like a baked apple. I'm going to use an Autumn Glory apple, which is a beautiful fall apple from the state of Washington. It has nice yellow undertones, and it's a beautiful red apple. It's crunchy, it's sweet, and it's juicy. We're going to use this to bake kind of like a regular baked apple with cinnamon and sugar inside. But when we get to the last steps of the baking, we're going to take some Twix bars and insert them in the center where the caramel will start to form on the inside of the apple as it melts. And won't that be delicious? Well, this is very easy, pretty standard baking of the apple. I'm using a dish that I can use in the oven. And I'm going to take this nice, beautiful apple, and I'm going to use a corer and take the core out of the middle. So I'm just going to work on that until I get the core out. I'll work from both sides and pull the core out of here. This is my Wolfgang Puck apple core equipment. Very simple. Has nice teeth on the edge. It's from a kit that I had with a bunch of little cooking gadgets in. You want to take enough of the inside out so that you don't have any seeds or anything sharp to eat after your apple's baked. Make sure it's nice and clean in there. This looks nice inside. Check it out. Okay, so that was easy to do. Just insert the coring device and chip away at it until you get all the rough parts out of the middle of the apple. At that point, just put your apple in an oven-safe dish. You could do a couple of these apples in one pan at a time, but I like to have all the gooey stuff for each apple separately. I chose this apple because of the flavor. If you really sit and eat a couple slices of this, you almost get a sense of a cinnamon smell and taste as you eat it. And that's why I thought this would be a good choice for this apple, because we're going to add some cinnamon. And we're going to add some sugar. And let's just switch that back and forth. You could mix this first if you wanted to, but I'm going the easy route as I usually do. I can smell this apple and the cinnamon already. Alright, that's about enough. A little cinnamon yet. I like when you get the cinnamon off on the skin, because when that bakes, oh, it tastes so good. Alright, so we got the cinnamon, we got the sugar. We'll save the Twix for a few minutes from now. In the meantime, I'm going to stick this in a preheated oven, 350 degrees, for about 20 minutes and let it get started. We're going to check on it when it starts to get a little bit tender. We're going to insert some Twix right down into the center. At that time, the sugar will be melted off onto the rest of the dish. So let me put it in the oven, and I'll be back in about 20 minutes to show you. Alright, in it goes. Okay, I'm going to get the steaming hot apple out of the oven here, and we're going to test it. I increased the cooking time to 15 minutes more, so you can see it's tender, but it's not completely done yet. And if you look into the bottom of the bowl, you can see the sugar melted and the cinnamon, and they mixed. So we're going to bake it about 10 more minutes, and it'll be perfect. This cooking time all depends on the size of your apple, and this is a huge one, so it's good to just test it along the way. Okay, we're going to pop it back in the oven. Okay, now it's looking good. Look how the juices of the apple are bubbling out of the skin. I think we're going to take it out and do the Twix bars. Let's go. Okay. Now you can see how the texture changed a little bit. And we'll just poke it here. Oh, that's a nice apple. Easy to eat, but not too well done. It's not going to be like applesauce inside. It's just going to be nice and soft. I have a pack of 6 here, just in case we need more than one. And I think we might, because these are from a family pack, and they're fun size, so they're smaller than the normal Twix bar package. And I thought that would be nice for this apple because, you know, it's not that tall. Alright, so let's peel 2 of them and see if we can fit them in to that nice little opening there. Okay, now the chocolate is going to start melting. Look at that. They're stuffed in there. Oh, that's going to be so good. Now we're going to stick this right back in the oven for a few more minutes until the chocolate and caramel start to melt. Oh boy. Look at this. Even the chocolate is bubbling. And the caramel is mixing with the cinnamon and sugar in the dish below. The nice syrupy topping that we're going to have when we cut this open. See how the apple skin has started to split open and the juices came out and they started bubbling down to the bottom of the dish too. Oh gosh, this is going to be so good. Chocolatey, cinnamony, and caramely. What do you think of the Twix idea so far? Alright, well, you know it's going to be hot inside of there. Let's take a look. Oh, look how easy the skin splits open. And the apple still has a little firmness to it, but it's also soft. Oh my goodness. Do you see? Do you see the inside of that apple? That's why we call this inside out caramel apples. We're going to scoop out some of the nice soft apple and dip it into the creamy caramel and chocolate. Oh, it's gooey all right. Do you see that spoonful of goodness? Oh, that's gooey all right. I'm going to cool this off a moment and taste it. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. What a delicious fall treat. Oh, get yourself a nice big juicy apple. If you can't find these Autumn Glory apples, I'd say something similar might be a Honeycrisp, and most people have those in their grocery store. You could try that. This is delicious. So thanks for watching. I hope you get a chance to make this recipe.